Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's another great day to be alive. Every day is a good day to be alive. But I told a story yesterday, and I have to let you guys hear this story as well. It's you don't need a pen, you don't need a paper. I just need your undivided attention. I just want you to hear this story. It means a lot to me. It's a story that I heard from a guest speaker a couple years ago at a Marine Corps ball in Japan, and it really just says a lot, and what you get from it is completely on you. Everybody's going to see this as in a different way, and get something out of it in a different way. Um, so yeah, this guest speaker, very old gentleman, he was actually a Japanese Imperial pilot. He was a kamikaze pilot, right? And well, for some reason, I don't have all the details. It was a very long story. May or may not have been intoxicated during this event, but if anyone's listening that were there and experienced this with me, please correct me if I've got the details wrong. But again, like I said, Japanese Imperial pilot, kamikaze pilot, he had to go home for something, and when he was on his way to Hiroshima, he was visiting family and friends and whoever. And after he left Hiroshima, he was on his way to Nagasaki. Well, on the way to Nagasaki, Hiroshima was bombed, right? He didn't know this yet. Well, on his way to Nagasaki, Nagasaki was bombed. So this, and he was going to Nagasaki to visit more family, right? So not only did this man's family in Hiroshima get bombed, his family and friends in Nagasaki also were bombed. And of course, it's very sad that that ever had to happen. I wish there was another way we could have deterred the rest of the war, but it is what it is. But I'm not here to talk about that part of it. Anyway, later on, when the U.S. forces occupied Japan, uh, this gentleman he had an encounter with a Marine on a train. Uh, the Marine was drunk, and he was aggravating the Japanese man, irritating him. And back then, if there was U.S. forces on a train, you would have to let them sit down. If you were a Japanese citizen, you had to let them sit down. You had to get up and get out of the way so they could sit down. So belligerent, drunk Marine, nothing, nothing out of the ordinary. Well, he caused an incident, and this Japanese gentleman ended up hitting the Marine. And the first thing that went through his head was, "Oh, I'm done. They're gonna kill me. I'm going to prison. I'm never gonna see any of my friends and family ever again, and my life is over with." Well, crazy enough, what happened? He was arrested. He went to jail, but the Marine that he ended up hitting, sober and fully aware of what had happened, actually went to the jail cell that the Japanese gentleman was at and apologized for being drunk, for being belligerent and causing any issues. And that honestly right there just says a lot about the U.S. military. How we just we literally just got done with a war. Uh, you know, Endless days and endless nights of just chaos, and one drunk night, uh, Marine gets hit by a Japanese guy. You'd think like that the Marine would want to kill this guy, right? No. Next day comes to the jail cell and apologizes to the Japanese man and insists that they let him go. And he was just completely sorry, right? And from that day forward, the Japanese gentleman had just a newfound love and respect for the United States and the United States military. And it was an absolute incredible story, and many years later, late, I think it was around 2017, 2018, one of those years, we got to experience this man's story, and it was just absolutely incredible. Brought tears in my eyes, brought tears to everyone's eyes at the table, and it was probably the best Marine Corps ball I've ever had in my life, and probably one of the most memorable experiences and best stories I've ever heard. And it's something I think about all the time. And like I said earlier, take it how you will, learn from it, um, and it's just an incredible story. And I hope everyone has a great day. And yeah, stay blessed.